One Piece chapter 1170 came out, man. It dropped. It ain't out on the Shueisha site yet, even though I'm late, so I'm still good. So, anyway, chapter 1170, One Piece. This one's called Reversing. Or Reversing. I'm assuming this got something to do with that gangster reversing. What's going on, dead man? Happy New Year's. It's getting ready to be. We're going to see what happens. Hopefully, something good happens before the year is over. Hopefully, something good happens when the new year starts. Hopefully, something happens good, period. Okay, so let's see the cover page. Okay, we got kid straw hats, except for Robin. Robin is younger, but she's not a kid. We got Jinbei. He's passing out box lunches or something. Let me see. Jinbei as an ill-trained station attendant, handing out bento lunches to passengers. The passengers are younger versions of Luffy, Zoro, Sanji, Usopp, Nami, Chopper, and Robin. Now, Robin looks like she's grown, but she's younger. Now, all the other ones are kids. I've never seen Nami look this young, so that's one thing. This is going to be something that we're going to be. I think we're going to be looking at this in the future. We're going to see something that that's going to reveal something about Nami's past or something. Nami's name is probably Nerona Nami. That's probably her real name, Nerona Nami. That's what her name probably really is. So that's one. Okay, Usopp, he's just looking at that train. He got the headgear he had on back when we first met him. Anyway, let's get to it. Okay, there's this trend. If people saying that 2026 will be the new 2016, I doubt it, but I hope I'm sorry, I'm messing up. I'm jumping over my words. Because I can't wait to give y'all this healing. I can't wait to give y'all this miracle. That's why I'm jumping over my words. Okay, I doubt it, but I hope it at least has a small feeling of it. What do they mean by it will be the new 2016? Pre-apocalypse? What, inflation going to go down or what? I doubt it. Okay, anyway, here we go. An assault from the Hammer. MC Hammer got at Loki. And it's busting through columns and everything. Coliseums and columns, everything. Busting right through them. Okay. Bastard, this is Loki. Bastard, who's there? Who was it that hurled that hammer at me? And he wants to know, why is it hammer time? Okay. Come out here, you bastard. So he goes back for the treasure. He goes back to try to get that treasure. Okay, there's no one here. Anyway, the devil fruit I need to, and he hears something. Here's a crackling sound. It's Ragnar. Okay, creak, snap, snap, crackle, pop. Ragnar's making some cracking noises. What's going on? I guess Ragnar's a crit about to get it cracking. Oh, it busts through the ground. The entire floor just collapsed, caved in. Okay, so that's how strong Ragnar is. Okay, you've got to be kidding me. There's no way that thing is that heavy. He's absolutely right. It's moving on its own. So it has a devil fruit power, a Zoan. They always have Zoan types. Let me check this comment real quick. Well, 2016 is known for one of the best years for most people, and since 2020 and through 2025 has been painful for most people. They just want to relive 2016 so they can keep saying 2026 will be the new 2016. It's always been like that. Meaning, in some ways, things get better, but in other ways, things get worse. Okay? Sometimes things actually do, like, overall get worse. And people start thinking about the past, romanticizing it, not realizing the past wasn't that good either. And sometimes the past was worse in some other ways, but it might have overall been worse. But they started romanticizing about how they were doing better at that time. 2016, I was doing a lot better. I was doing a lot better. You know what I mean? I was getting that healing. I was getting that miracle. You know what I mean? So I was still broke and whatnot, but I wasn't down bad like I am now. Like I'm in all kinds of debt. You know what I mean? My health issues and stuff like that. And yeah, we all jacked up right now. But I wasn't like that 2016. But it's never coming back. That's just what it's gonna be. It's going to always keep moving forward. Okay, let's get back to the chapter. Okay, what's the deal with this castle? Has it become decrepit? He thinks that the castle is just breaking up, like it's old and the floor is just giving way. Nah, I think it's that Ragnar. Oh wait, maybe it could be Pop, it could be Harold, but I think it's Ragnar. No, Harold is back up. It's no use, Loki. That national treasure devil fruit, no one has eaten it for hundreds of years. No one has been able to eat it. No one, he said, everybody knows better than to eat it because Ragnar has never acknowledged anyone. Oh, he's saying that Ragnar is not going to let you eat it. Ragnar has to say that you're worthy in order to get that devil fruit. So it's been protecting it for years. Now we already know that what you call him Loki he's worthy at this point. Why? Because he has Ragnar. So that means that he earned Ragnar. And that means he earned that devil fruit. Okay. But with the powers I have now, he said with the powers I have, I'm thinking he thinks that he's worthy of Ragnar. I think Ragnar is getting ready to put him down. What I want to know is Ragnar has a devil fruit, right? But what makes the hammer special? Because you would think that you would have to have a special hammer and a special devil fruit in order to get the best, possible outcome. I think the devil fruit probably more important because that's what's going to add abilities and stuff. Like if it's a mythical zone, that'll add abilities to it and whatnot. I think it's a mythical zone, but it'll add abilities to it and whatnot. So I think the devil fruit is more important. But if you got a piece of crap that you add the devil fruit to, it's probably going to break on you or something. Okay, let's see. Let's get it. All right, so we should call him my man Shanks with that left arm. And my man Sanji. Gabbana. They cut right through Harold's foot. His whole leg drops off. They lopped his leg right off. Cut it off right at the root. At the root. Okay, so he's going down. Okay, their wounds come with corresponding pain. If you keep throwing a barrage of attacks at them, you can even drive them into a state of incapacitation. Those who coat their attacks with conquerors hockey, with gangster hockey, are these guys' weaknesses. Okay, so Gabbana already had it figured out. They can still feel pain. So I guess if you overload them, it'll paralyze them a little bit. And Harold's like, whoa, you figured it out, Gabbana. Okay, so you're going to oppose me. Okay, of course. You think we'd let someone like you, who lost all reason, do whatever he wants? Now, Harold thinks that Gabbana is going to be riding with Harold. Why? Because he's been there for a long time and he's an axe user. How many axe users are in One Piece? We know about Gabbana, Harold, and what's his name? Silver Axe. Ain't too many axe users. So he thought there was going to be some camaraderie amongst axe users, even if he's evil. Okay, Gabbana, why do you know the weakness of the Knights of God? Because in the past, they came to take you back more He says, Gabbana says that the God's Knights came to take Shanks back more than once. So they revealed themselves to Shanks. They revealed themselves to the Roger Pirates. They revealed themselves to Gabbana. They revealed themselves to Roger. They revealed themselves to Rayleigh, to Ray Liotta. They revealed themselves. Okay. So I was wondering, like, how did Shanks wind up hooking up with the God's Knights? They were trying to get him, period. So they must have approached Shanks themselves. Okay, there should be a red-haired. This is a flashback. There should be a red-haired child in your care. There's no mistaking it. He's our captain's son. Hand him over. They said, son, he my son. Okay, so anyway, they pull right up on the Roger Pirates, and they got some plain looking ship. It's got like a horn at the end. Just it might be a cannon at the end. Now I'm trying to see if I could see something funny. It's 4 silhouettes. I don't recognize them. I don't know who they could be. They could be anybody. It doesn't look like Garland because they don't have the hair. You know, the half moon or whatever, he doesn't have that. So, but this one right here, where's the it looks like Mihawk size, wearing the same type of hat that Mihawk wears. But is it Mihawk? I doubt it. Mihawk was probably really young at the time. I mean, he was young when Roger got put down, so he should be even younger at this point. Okay, and we got another tall figure. I'm not exactly sure who they are. No clue. Okay, so anyway, let's get to it. Come to think of it, that guy Summers did say something like that. Summers was like, yo, we've been trying to get at you for a minute. Okay. They've been trying to put him on for a while. Now, Shanks is using a one sword style. What's the name? What's it called? Ichi Toryu, whatever, however you pronounce it. And he's using that left hand, baby. So that tells you he loves that left hand, and he wound up having to get rid of it in order to break Emu's spell. Okay, that takes me back a tale from the past, but I was surprised to find out that there's a combat force in the Holy Land. I thought all celestial dragons were useless pieces of junk. I thought the same thing. I thought the Marines just took care of them. But it does make sense that they have another task force just in case the Marines can't take care of it. Just in case, they need somebody at the Holy Land right then and there. That makes sense. But it's only a few of them. Most of the celestial dragons are what Gabbana says, useless pieces of junk. In this world, they rarely ever come down. They really believe themselves to be gods. Just thinking about it gives me chills. Okay, that would have been my whole life. I didn't even think about it like that. Shanks is looking at it like, whoa. If I didn't wind up in that chest and end up with y'all, I would have been a celestial dragon. He's thinking about how that would have been. Like, wow, I would have been one of them nutcases. Are you kidding me? Wow. He dodged the bullet. Let me check the comments real quick. Okay, 2016 is known for one. Already read that. By the way, do you have a Discord link? Gotta send you some new One Piece meme. Like bro, 2026 just started in One Piece agenda is going so strong. Yeah, I got a Discord. Hold on. Well, it's just my name. It's this. That's the Discord. Video editor 2026. Make sure I'm already doing it. I'm all, just not on this channel. We just doing the live on this channel. On my other channel, we doing the we're gonna be editing. And the video is gonna be like 10 to 15 minutes. All right, let me see. All I'm gonna say is this chapter is so peak. I believe you. It's starting off that way. I hate the site you read the chapter on. The translation sucks. I'm sorry, man. This is what I'm working with. You know a better site. What's a better site? I don't know. This the one I'm reading it on. It's called One Piece Manga. It's called One Piece Manga. That's what it's called. One Piece Manga. That's what I'm reading it on. Okay. Do I have a link? I don't know how to link the Discord, but I think if you do a search on Discord, it's going to come up. Okay, Manga Pill. Okay, we're going to check out that Manga Pill. The Manga Uphill. Uphill. Okay, he says he said this is way better. He says Manga Pill is way better. That's what he's telling me. Let's see. Let's see. No, the old site I was on is way better, man. We switching right back. The other one was way better. The other one's way better. It's not even close. It's way better. So we're going to switch back. All right. So let's switch back. All right, here we go. Okay. What site you read it on? I use TCB scan too sometimes. But I've been using One Piece Manga because that's the best one. That's why, video editor. Yeah, but I've been using that one because that's why Potato loves it. He loves that site. That's why I've been using that site. Okay, here we go. Okay. Oh yeah, Summers guy did mention something like that. Those were the days. Frankly, I'm surprised. Frankly, it's surprising that a fighting force like that originates from the Holy Land. Most celestial dragons are useless. Those guys consider themselves divine, living sedentary lives, meaning doing absolutely nothing. They consider themselves God. But isn't that what a guy would do? If you're a God, you don't have to do anything. Okay, and keeping well clear of our world. Meanwhile, my life's always given me the chills. You can call that fate. So they're guided by fate. This is exactly what I've been saying. Gabbana's been using fate this whole time. Everybody's using fate. Okay, Gabbana, I want to save Harold. Ain't gonna happen, Shanks. But you're the one who told me how hopeless it is once someone becomes a knight of God. Okay, I'm afraid Loki's our best bet. Now, this is how Shanks, I think, is going to become a Yonko right here. But I don't think he's going to fight Loki. I think the myth is going to be he fought Loki. I think it's misinformation right there. I think that they're going to all fight against Harold. You know what I mean? That's what I think is going to happen. Okay, don't make me repeat myself. Move it, Hammer. Loki tells Ragnar that it's Hammer time. But Ragnar ain't budging. So you're basically the treasure. I'm sorry. You're basically the national treasure's guardian. How can you even move? You already know how it can move. Okay, what is going on? I am so what? Over this. Loki swings his hammer, gangster conquers hockey, gangster hockey, super gangster hockey. Swings it as hard as he possibly can, right? And that hammer just shatters on Ragnar. That hammer just shatters on Ragnar. Oh man, now his old hammer needs that healing. His old hammer needs that miracle. Boom, that's it. Done. That's it. Stormbreaker is out of there. No more Stormbreaker. Okay, so what's call him? Loki says, "Whoa, my hammer!" And Ragnar falls down. Yo, Ragnar took a bump. All you see is a bump like appear on the front of Ragnar. Turns out Ragnar is a squirrel. A freaking squirrel. That's what it is. It's a squirrel. So it took a little bump. Now it's pissed off. It's PO'd. Now, this is my thought. There's a mythical what's he call them? Norse myth, a mythical Norse creature that's a squirrel, right? I think that's what this is. I don't think this is a regular squirrel. This is a mythical zone. That's what I think. And that's how you get the thunder abilities and stuff like that. Because Ragnar has other abilities. This must be some type of mythical zone. You know what I mean? That's what I believe. Okay, so yeah, so Ragnar took that bump. Either Ragnar is going to be pissed off and go after Loki with everything it got, or it's going to say, yo, you gave me a nice little knot. Now you're worthy. Okay, so anyway, here go Harold. He's going after all the giants. He's knocking them away. He says, be gone. You guys smell. You don't smell good. You know what I mean? So get out of my presence. Okay, how are we supposed to end this? Shanks is wondering what are they going to do? I'm sure that what you call them that Gabbana already knows. I'm sure that Roger told him, but maybe they don't have enough Conqueror's Haki. Well, honestly, I've never fought one who has Conqueror's Haki too. He only fought lackeys. He never fought a gangster. Are you kidding me? He's never fought a gangster. Stop it. Okay, hold on. Let me check the comments real quick. But Gabbana just made me he just turned me off a little bit. He never fought a gangster yet. He only fought lackeys. Come on, man. You gotta do better than that. Read and you see the difference. The one you read does bad translations. These sound like good translations to me. I'm still not sure if it was a squirrel that ate the fruit or the hammer that ate it. Oh, you're saying that the squirrel could have eaten a hammer fruit? You got a good point, man. But it's more so a squirrel ate a hammer ate the squirrel fruit. That's more likely. You know what I mean? How many times we've seen an animal eat a fruit that turns into a weapon? This might be the first time, but it is possible. It is possible. Look at baby 5. So what if there's a mythical fruit that allows you to turn into Ragnar, you know what I mean? And the squirrel ate it. So you got a good point. Okay, bet that squirrel watch Alvin and the Chipmunks. It's on Alvin and the Chipmunks. Okay, Ratataskir, whatever. Yeah, that's the squirrel, the mythical squirrel. Yeah, that squirrel is a reference to Ratatouille. A squirrel with a horn or a unicorn horn, but in one piece instead of a horn, it's a hammer. Right, that's what I think. That's my thought. It's most likely that the hammer ate the fruit, because if the squirrel ate the hammer, it would have been deleted by now. But if a hammer eat it, it lives as long as it doesn't break. That's what I thought. I thought that as long as it doesn't break, it's good. Okay, so let's get back to it. We got my man Ja Rule. He laid out, played out, should have stayed out. Soldiers, stop Harold. We can't allow him to get his hands on that devil fruit. Okay, yeah, at all costs. And they're going at him with everything they got. You know, there's plenty of giants putting in work. He's getting poked. Harold got poked quite a few times, but it's not slowing him down enough. Okay, so here we go. Yup. Here we go. So wait a minute. Hold on, wait a minute. Ragnar respects Loki now. Loki earned that respect by knotting him up. Okay, now he goes back. He got bug teeth like crazy. His teeth freaking crazy. But it goes back to the devil fruit, to the room that conceals the devil fruit with Loki, right? And that chest is freaking huge, but the devil fruit is actually really, really freaking big. To be honest, it's tiny in Loki's hands, but he pulls it out and eats it. And all we see is I see claws. I see claws. I don't want to. It's gotta be a mythical zone. It's gotta be a mythical zone. I wish I didn't see this part. I wish I was able to take a guess first. But I'm looking at it. It's hard to see what this thing is. This devil fruit, you can't see what it is. Now, some people might think that this thing is small. It looks small in Loki's hands, but remember how big Loki's hands is. That's a giant freaking fruit. Like if a human seen it, it'd probably be like this big. Most devil fruits are like this. That fruit's probably like this. Whoops. That fruit probably like this. Freaking huge. Yeah, Ragnar is cute. I ain't gonna lie. It looks crazy, but it's cute. It's most likely, already read that, Ragnar's. Finally, you're one of the little few that actually notice that it's actually pretty big. This could be the biggest fruit we've seen yet. Yes. Yes. It could also be the case that what if it's not a big fruit? What if it's on a giant bush? So it's like a big bush that he just ate, and the fruit is on that bush. And so he ate it because we can't really see it too clear. It's hard to see. But that thing in his hand is freaking huge. Compared to a human body, that thing is freaking huge. So either it's a giant devil fruit, or the devil fruit is normal size, but it's attached to something that's really freaking big. Because you can't really see what it looks like. Oh, okay. Let me see. He got claws, and I see like spikes go up. Is he some type of dragon? That's what I would think. A mythical dragon. The devil fruit power gets transferred to the nearest fruit after the user, gets deleted. Yeah, I know. I don't know if it's the nearest fruit, but because remember when Caesar what you call him whatever that giant thing he had like a devil fruit using, it was like poison that ate devil fruit power, and it became like a sentient being, right? When that thing got deleted, it went into to that bushel of apples he had, right? But I don't know if that was the apple that it went in was the nearest one. Because if it was the nearest one, why was he need to use a batch of them? Could he just use one and keep it closer? Whichever one's closer is going to go in that one. I think that it's a combination of close proximity, and then it's got to like whatever fruit that is going to go into. So you got to have a bunch of them so it can have something to pick from. Otherwise, it might go to the next nearest one, and you won't be able to find it or something. So that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking there's more factors than just proximity. Okay. I want to say that Loki's going to be a dragon. But remember Norse mythology. Would he be a Titan? He might be a Titan. The electric powers that we seen Loki had when he was using Ragnar, it could actually be his powers. He has devil fruit powers now. Okay, now I'm getting ready to go, and we're gonna find out what this thing is. We don't find out what it's a silhouette, but he says roar. He's turned into some type of creature. I think it must be a mythical creature. Okay, now Ragnar is jumping around for joy. Like, yo, we finally got somebody that can take this devil fruit, baby. Been looking for a minute. Been trying to get it. Been trying to give this devil away. Ragnar's been trying to give this fruit away for a minute. Okay, look up Needhog. Needhog. I don't know what that is. But I'm seeing what looks like a leg and then a body right here, but the legs look short. Okay, let's see. Now, what you call him? Harold just laid everybody out. He beat everybody. Everybody's jacked up. He finally took everybody out. Did you eat it, Loki? Oh, now, yeah, Harold's mad. He's like, yo, I got to take you out so that way I can get the fruit. Okay, show me its legendary power. and he's going at Loki, and he's cutting Loki up. I'm thinking maybe Loki has some type of healing factor, from the devil fruit. And they're going back and forth, and all we're still seeing from Loki is a silhouette. Loki looks like he's fine, so I'm thinking Loki has some type of healing factor that's been granted to him based off the devil fruit. Now he has Ragnar. He's getting ready to take Ragnar to Harold's face. I knew it, Loki. You have the blood of a conqueror flowing inside you. Who didn't know that? Oh, wait. Wait a minute. I didn't realize this. I'm looking at the silhouette this time. Okay. It looks like a horse. You know what I think it is? This is Norse mythology, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's a what's the thing from Percy Jackson? The half goat, you know what I mean? Got horns. It's got like the lower half is like a goat, and the upper half is like a human. A forgot what they call, but y'all know what I'm talking about. Okay, let me look it up. It only took one slash and it sent Harold flying, which is Needhogger is the like name. I have no clue what that is. Hold on. We're gonna look it up real quick. Malus Striker is a powerful, malevolent serpent dragon in Norse mythology. Okay. Residing in Niflheim and gnawing at the roots of the world tree. Yo, that makes sense. That where was what you call him at? Where was Loki at the at the bottom of the world tree? Yggdrasil, which is where he was at. It signifies cosmic destruction, represents social stigma, evil, and will break free during Ragnarok. He has Ragnar. It all makes sense. The creature frequently appears in modern gaming. Yo, y'all do y'all research, man, for real. I'm looking at it. There's so many different types of iterations of it. Okay. Looks cool. It's a dragon, right? That makes sense. Okay, I forgot what the creature I was talking about was. And do they have healing factors? Hold on. Do they have healing factors? I can't wait to give y'all this healing. Okay, let's see. The dragon from Norse mythology possesses an innate ability to survive for survival and endurance, allowing it to perpetually gnaw at the roots of the world tree. This is not typically described as a healing factor in traditional sense, but rather a cosmic resilience. So it doesn't have a healing factor. Okay, as the tree itself is constantly regenerated by the water from the well of Erd. And in various fictional adaptations, this concept is often interpreted as a potent healing or regenerative factor. So sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. So maybe Loki has a healing factor because he is that creature. Okay, let's go. All right. I'm surprised y'all stay up on this and be able to look all this stuff up and find stuff out way ahead of time. Also, Ragnar can extend itself. You know what I mean? The handle, it gets longer or shorter as he sees fit. Hey, if you've come back to your senses, then it won't last. Don't drop your guard. Look around. I'm beyond redemption anyway. So Harold came back to his senses, but he's like, yo, take me out before I wind up going crazy again. You were being controlled, weren't you? It's obvious he was being controlled, man. Cut that out. Not quite. It's more like, yeah, he's being controlled. Oh, no. I think what he's saying is, I'm not being controlled now. I was being controlled earlier, but it turned me into something where I don't have to be controlled. I'm already just doing whatever Emu says because I want to. Remember, it changed his thoughts. Okay, it's not quite. It's more like that thing is influencing my thoughts. I started to consider myself a god. He started to turn into a celestial dragon. You have what it takes to lead Elbath well. Try to get along more with your brother, though. You're the worst, you know. He said, "You're the worst, you know that." Having your own son take your life. What kind of a father does that? One last thing, I almost forgot. I wanted to thank you about Ida. What are you? Burning down Alcohol Village didn't make her better, but I was touched by how much you loved her. He knew. He knew. Him knew. Him knew. Okay. He pointed. I think he's pointing at his heart. Hurry! It's taking me over again. So I'm assuming that Harold is using his gangster hockey in order to try to control that deep sea contract just for a minute, just to give Loki the an opportunity to take him out. Okay, I'll never forgive you for making me do all the dirty work. Loki did not want to take his pop out. He loved his pop. Loved his pop. But he got to take him out. I love you too. He said, I love you too. He said, basically, he's saying, I know that's your way of saying you love me. Okay, boom. He had to come down on his dad's head with the full force of Ragnar, with the full force of gangster hockey. Hit him right in the torso. And this broke his body right apart. His body's getting torn up. Boom. Okay, Loki, my dear son, the only thing that really matters is securing Elbaf's future. Only memories last. That's it. Somebody said this chapter's top tier and they weren't lying. But we ended off on a cliffhanger a little bit. What happens next? This is not a clean ending. We don't see Harold go down. This is a cliffhanger. They always got to leave us one more. I want to figure out what happened. We still don't know what Loki turns into. I guess he's going to show us that once he becomes a Straw Hat. He's going to show us that once he becomes a Straw Hat. Look at the Straw Hats Devil Fruits. They all going to be, but not all of them, but most of them are going to be Zoans. So that's Luffy, Chopper, and Loki. So it's going to be 3. And then the other Devil Fruits we got is Brooke. So that's 1, Paramecia, and Robin, the Paramecia. So yeah, they're going to be the top ones. The Zoans is probably the best class of fruit. I thought they were the worst. Seeing them powers, especially against Logias, seeing all them powers you can get. But and to be honest, they are the worst. Unless you can get your hands on the mythical one. But they're the safest one too. Because Paramecia, you might get a real bad power. Zoan, you probably not gonna get a real bad power. But if you get a mythical one, you get a real freaking good god power. Okay, well, the chapter released last week, so we had plenty of time. Man, I should have been on this, man. I'm gonna get on the other channel and do the shorter review on the my other channel tomorrow on the first year, new me. Okay, well, the chapter released already read that. This explains why the hammer was still around Loki even after being chained up. Right. Okay, the Devil Fruit is definitely better than Kaido since it's Elbaf treasure, which they've guarded for 1,000 years. Meanwhile, Kaido Devil Fruit is a fish model dragon, which he got from God Valley. Who said it's definitely better? I don't know its powers. Now, if it can heal, which it looks like it can, because I saw Harold draw some red liquid. It didn't look like he. But when we seen Loki, he looked fine. So this must be the healing type. This must be the healing factor. This must be the Wolverine one. So with that being said, if it could do that and give him similar powers to Kaido, then yeah, it would be better. But I don't know if it could fly. I don't know if it could breathe fire or whatever. But if it could just heal, because that ain't the worst parts of the most powerful parts of Kaido's fruit. It's how strong it makes him, how powerful he makes him when he goes into hybrid form. His healing, he doesn't have a healing factor, but his what they call it, you know how Zoans, they have somewhat of a healing factor, but it's more so it's a healing factor, but only by a little bit. Like they don't bounce back from near deletion, but they come back a little bit stronger. They're more resilient, and they're hardier than regular bodies. So what's called Loki would have that, plus he'd have an actual healing factor. But I don't think it's going to be on the level of like a Marco or anything like that. But yeah, like I said, flying and breathing fire, that's not the most devastating attacks that he used. That wasn't the most. It's useful, especially the flying. That's really useful. But I don't know. We gotta see if Loki can fly. If he can fly, it's just outright better than Kaido's. But if he can't fly, then it's gonna be it's a little. It's gonna be more powerful, but yes, less useful. Okay, when he said it's controlling me again, the panel zooms into the mark, meaning meaning if it is damaged, he will temporarily gain sanity. I didn't even think about that. When you lose it, right? That's what happened with Shanks. He was able to break free, like completely. Now Summers, he might break free, but remember, he wants to be that, so that might not be a factor for him. Also, I don't know if you cut it off, does their arm grow back? You know what I mean? I think like if you put it, like you got to have the arm in your hand, put it back on your arm, but then it'll heal. You know what I mean? But like if you're like Shanks and you don't want it back, you probably come back. I really hope Oda isn't setting up Loki to get HOED'd. Okay, I keep seeing theories about Usopp getting Ragnar. I kept hearing about that. And somebody actually predicted that Ragnar would be a squirrel. They already predicted it. So somebody out there is a genius. But if Usopp gets Ragnar, what's Loki going to use? I mean, he don't need it, but why he uses a hammer? Why wouldn't he use Ragnar? You know what I mean? But what's called them? It should be able to change sizes. You see the handle changing sizes. So if it can change sizes, Usopp will be able to use it. Okay. Okay, it's a hammer that chooses its user, and that he can tame it with seeds like Nami and Zeus. That does make sense, but I don't see why it would come from Loki. Loki would have to go back to his old hammer, right? Okay. By the way, I tried searching MangaMean Discord. It just took me to an age-restricted server. Oh, thank you, Potato. Potato posted it, man. Oh, man, I didn't know what I was doing. Okay, they say Blackbeard deletes Loki to take his mythical zone so he can complete the Devil Fruit set. That makes a lot of sense, but it ain't happening because Loki's rolling with the Straw Hats. So it ain't going to happen. But anyway, go ahead and leave your comments, like the video, and subscribe because I can't eat. I'm broke. You got the power to change that. I got to hurry up and get to work, like literally right now. Peace.